From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a huge morning of Mornings live and direct from Santa Monica, California today with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2022. Four stimulus checks are now in every U.S. state, and in this recording, we'll go over those incredible checks you can get, only featured on this channel, over $100,000 of stimulus checks for every viewer of this channel. We're going to go over the incredible details of how you get these checks in today's recording. Plus, we go over the breaking news of those newsletter worksheets that were rolled out last night, and you can get them if you're a member. We'll go over the wonders of those brand new worksheets. It's a new week with a lot of breaking news to delve into today, and those details are inflationary, recessionary, and labor concerns. We'll go over the importance of knowing where this economy is on a daily basis and what those numbers show us today. Meantime, we'll be looking at those comments from Jay Powell, head of the Federal Reserve, to Liz Warren during a Senate Banking Committee less than a day ago, warning of a financial cliff. When would that financial cliff come? And what does it mean for people who do not know how to learn to earn? We'll go over the latest details on the housing market, the retail sales, and the stock market in today's recording. Plus, in the second half of this video, we'll be going over gasoline and why it's likely to stay high and why it's likely to send us into a recession, and it'll also impact your benefits. But it's a big morning. It's a big new day with the toast toasted, the butter buttering, and the coffee brewing. Those incredible new LA worksheets rolled out last night, and today we'll feature in them in this recording for the first time live on air. I'll go over how to use them, how they work, and what you need to know. And guess what? Less than 90 days from now is phase 2 of this economy, currently spiraling downward, and then phase 2 starts in September. A lot worse. That's why you got to get every check today before that financial cliff comes. When is it coming? I'll explain it in today's broadcast on Mornings. Then we have the recession for 2 years first broke on this channel. That's coming in January thereafter. What do you need to do? We're going to go over what you need to do to prepare your family, your household, and it starts with by becoming a member, and it starts with continue over this recording. We'll get those big details of those checks in the second half. It's America's most loved show at the morning, and the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and the coffee is brewing. Are you ready for the deliciousness? Let's start it. It's Mornings LA, and it begins right now. And good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a beautiful day. It is June 26, 2022 from the shores of Santa Monica, California. So much going on today. Well, the latest details on where this economy is, where this economy is going, and how to prepare your family by getting as much money as possible. It's stimulus, and it's coming up in the second half of this recording. And then we'll be going over also those incredible new worksheets delivered to members last night. Did you get them? We'll go over the latest details of that and those four stimulus checks in every U.S. state. We got a lot to go over. And with that, good morning. Hope you're having a beautiful day. It's gorgeous here in Southern California. Hopefully it stays that way. Let's see what happens throughout the day. In today's recording, we have a lot to go over, and the concern is that financial cliff. Jay Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, testified on Capitol Hill less than 48 hours ago. Liz Warren, the head of the Banking Committee, asked Jay Powell, "Don't you have a dual mandate at the Federal Reserve?" "I do, Miss Senator Warren, and my dual mandate is to ensure price stability and also maximum employment." What does that mean? It means that he wants to ensure that there's stability of prices of goods, no inflation, and that also there's maximum employment, that people are employed, not laid off. So then came the wowzer of a question. Liz Warren asked, well, in searching to reduce inflation so aggressively at the Federal Reserve, is it possible, Mr. Powell, that you're going to reduce employment, that people are going to become unemployed? He said, it is possible. And then she said, and isn't it possible that you can get this wrong and that we could be going over a financial cliff? And he said, yes, it is possible we could be heading over a financial cliff. Let me tell you what a financial cliff is. Let me tell you where it's coming and what you need to know. In every recording of LALATE, we go over three things: where this economy is, where it's going, and how to get money. This is America's #3 most watched financial news channel in America. And let's go over where this economy is right now. It's three phases I've identified. This phase right now was good early this year. In February, March, quite good. It's not as good today. And it'll be a lot worse in September. That is when phase 2 kicks in. Phase 3 is the recession. I was the only American broadcaster to report a recession back in February. No one was saying the R word at all. They avoided the word, like Jamie Dimon, head of JP Morgan Chase, avoiding the word altogether. The first American bank was Deutsche Bank, the German bank, actually announcing it in April. 2 years of recession starting in January 2023. That is phase 3. But when Liz Warren asked Jay Powell about that financial cliff, what did he mean, and did he give guidance on when? Let me go over the importance of this right now. Financial cliff, folks, is very serious. Financial cliff is just exactly what the visual is. You're walking along, you're in your stride, you're enjoying your day, you show up to work, and they say, you're laid off. Laid off? What do you mean laid off? Why would I be laid off? You're laid off. Okay, I'll just go get some unemployment stimulus. Oh, wait, it doesn't exist anymore. FPUC gone, PUA gone, PEUC gone. What if I'm a small business owner and I have to shut down my door? EIDL grant gone, EIDL loan gone. Suddenly, it's starting to worry you. Then what are you going to do? You're worried about the landlord. But, there's an eviction moratorium, isn't there? No, it's gone. I won't lose the house. Why? Because, this is the mortgage forbearance. No, it's gone. These things are all gone. They're not around anymore. They're gone in the 2020 stimulus. They're all gone. Well, wait a second. It's getting cold outside. They're not going to turn off my heating oil, my gas. I need heat. I need to live. They can. That's gone as well. All these moratoriums were gone from 2020. This is a financial cliff, and that financial cliff would literally send people over the edge. Let me make very clear. Jay Powell said a financial cliff is possible, and financial cliff would result in millions of Americans becoming unemployed overnight. He didn't say when. My guidance is the following, because remember, I do three things on this channel: tell you where the economy is, where it's going, and what's happening, and where to get your money. My guidance is the financial cliff is not the recession, because the recession's sort of slow coming on in over 2 years. Financial cliff is abrupt change, and that, in my opinion, is in 90 days. In 90 days, can you imagine? In 90 days, there's a financial cliff in September. That's why you got to get every check I got for you in this recording. You have to get that forced stimulus check that is in every U.S. state, and you need to get it right today. Go right in this video and become a member. Join this channel and stay with me over the second half of this video. We're going to go over those forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state. Now, there are three things you must do on a daily basis. One, you must know where this economy is. Two, know where it's going. And three, get as much money for your family from stimulus to prepare for the financial cliff. When watching the video, I want you to take notes on a daily basis of the following three subject matters, the big ones, and then these three sub matters. First, I want you to know where inflation is, recession, and labor on a regular basis, because that'll tell you where the economy is going. Where is inflation right now, and how do we learn about inflation? Inflation is generally given to us as a data point called the Consumer Price Index, the CPI, once a month. It's a delayed number. So we got the month of May a few weeks ago, now in the month of June. Where was it? It was higher. It was 8.3%. Wall Street is looking lower. Actually, 8.5%. Wall Street is looking for 8.3%. Here's what you need to know, is inflation has still not peaked. Last year, I was the only American broadcaster who got it right. I said inflation was going to be at 8% in December. No one was saying a number that through the roof except me. And I said it's not going to be temporary. It's not going to be transitory. Jay Powell and all of Wall Street said 2 to 3% temporary, transitory. They got it wrong. Then when we came into January, February, I said it's not going to go down. It's still going up. It's still not peaked. Jay Powell raised interest rates, said it was going to peak, or had it peaked. It had not. And so at the time of today's recording for June 26th, it is still not peaked. The next thing you need to know is about recession. What is a recession? When is a recession? Let me make it very clear. Recession is one of those sort of amorphic words where people just think bad times, recession. A new poll released 2 weeks ago said Americans believe we're in a recession right now. That's not true. And what's concerning about that is that their consumer confidence has fallen apart. But more importantly, they think this is the worst it's going to get. They think this is the recession. Millions of Americans in a poll. Well, here's what you need to know. This is just the start of progression downward. This is phase one. Phase two will start in September and will likely look like the start of the pandemic of March of 2020. Phase three is the recession. That spans over 2 years. Now, the third item I need you to know about is labor. This is the easiest one to know, but this is the most important one to know. Jobs. What is the situation on labor in the United States? We have monthly numbers that come in that show the number of job creations monthly. That's like non-farm payroll. It's not a good number lately. But the more important number is really the Thursday morning number, always featured live on air on the show. Mornings LA. It's the new jobless claims numbers. What do you need to know about this number? This is people who newly went for the first time ever on unemployment. Where should the number be? Where is it currently, and where is it heading? The number before the pandemic was about 200,000. Then when the pandemic hit, it shot up to 1 million, stayed at 1 million over 22 weeks. After the pandemic, early this year, it was 180. That's a good number. Today, it's not a good place. What happened? It shot to 200,000 3 weeks ago. Then I predicted, again, my predictions, 230,000 new jobless claims 2 weeks ago. Did I get it right? Almost 229, right on the money. Then last week, I predicted 230 again. Where did it come in? At 227, right on the money. This is a bad number. This is newly unemployed claims. Now, here's what you need to know is that the spin on the numbers out there, the White House says it's a good number, it's not a good number. Janet Yellen says it's a good number, it's not a good number. And even Jay Powell says the labor market's strong. There's 250,000 people asking for unemployment every week that weren't the week before. That's not good. Now, here's what you need to know about unemployment, specifically as it impacts you and specifically as to where it's going. It impacts you the following way, because guess what's going to happen? If a financial cliff hits in September, all those millions of Americans are going to get unemployed, and they're going to be looking for all that stimulus for unemployment from 2020, and they're going to be shocked to learn it doesn't exist anymore because no one's told them. If they are an independent contractor, PUA, it's gone. There's nothing for independent contractors anymore. Zippo. If you are on unemployment now and you need more weeks, those extra weeks of PEUC are gone. If you think you can go on unemployment and get that beautiful boost of $600 a week, no, you're left with that measly check you were going to get originally. $200, $100, whatever base benefits you get. An LWA, PPP, EIDL grant, EIDL loan, all gone. Now, what do you need to know about unemployment and its stages? I've identified really 3 stages this economy is going to go through for unemployment. Stage 1 is when there's corporate announced layoffs. What happens before stage 1? Before stage 1, you start to see less people in the stores working. That is not an announced layoff. It's just, store by store. Stage 1 is when there's corporate layoffs. Are we in stage 1? No, we're closer to now almost stage 2. Stage 1 involved Tesla announcing 10% of its labor workforce gone. Coinbase announcing 18% of its workforce gone. What's stage 2? Stage 2 is those 2 scary words, hiring freezes. Hiring freezes mean do not apply for a job here. We're not accepting any applications. Not just this week, for several years. That has been announced by several corporations. That stage we're currently in. Stage 3 is the worst stage. Stage 3 is store closures. You wake up one morning and suddenly announce 30 stores in 22 states are closed, and that's your store, and suddenly you don't have a job. That is scary. So what you need to know is that as unemployment gets out of control, we're approaching that financial cliff. And that people do not know that they're going to fall over a financial cliff will fall, especially if they don't have contingency plans lined up for them and their employment. The other 3 situations I need you to know as well on a daily basis are housing, retail sales, and stocks. Let me go over each of those right now. You need to broadly know where they are because those components of the economy could throw our economy into recession. First, housing. Where's housing? Housing sales are down dramatically year to date, 17% year to date. But here's what's going on. Housing data we get on almost on a daily basis this channel. We have the number of homes coming to market, the number of homes selling in the market, and the number of home buyers and the consumer confidence and the builder's confidence. All these numbers are down. In fact, I saw a new report out of Southern California yesterday. It said for the month of May, the number of homes coming on the market, down. The number of homes closing, selling, down. And the number of homes going in escrow, all down. Why? If you have a home and you don't have to sell, you're not selling it. And if you're a buyer and you want to buy a home, you're not buying it. Here you go. What's going on? What's going on is people who want a big profit can't get in anymore. People who bought homes in the peak of 2020 or 2021, who want to flip the home or build the home and flip it, they can't get their profit they wanted. Why? Material costs are up. Labor costs are up. And so when they go to sell the home, they're jacking up the price. The buyer's not buying a jacked up price, and they can't afford a jack up price. Why? Mortgage rates out of control. This is Jay Powell. Raising rates raises mortgage rates, and they have surged from 3.5% to 5.5%. You need to generally know how bad the housing market is. Why? If the housing market's really bad, we go in recession. And the housing market is really bad at the moment. It's really bad. The next component you need to know is really retail sales. What is going on with travel and leisure, your department stores, your hospitality? If they look down and they continue to stay down, it's not good. In the case of airlines, their bookings are down 3% month after month. Why? They have jet fuel and they can't afford it. So they're trying to jack up the prices of the airfare. You're not buying because you're not going to pay a jacked up price of an airfare. And they're closing destinations. Ouch. Cutting costs. If you look at hospitality or leisure, restaurants and bars dramatically down. And if you look at any of these components where they're trying to raise the price to offset their costs, they're not getting the consumer. Let's go then to the stock market finally. What's important to understand with the stock market is that 18% down, 48% down. What do you need to know? The stock market is down 26% year to date. In a bear market, the stock market is down 26%. We're there already. But in a recession, we're down 48%. So we're only halfway down across the equation. Here's what you need to know as detailed on Evenings LALATE last night. And don't miss tonight's show as well. It's a big new show tonight at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Brand new show tonight. Analysts are angry with analysts. Why? There's a series of people who are really out there for their own good, and they don't care about you. What's going on? In the housing market, there's some analysts who are saying the housing sales are really good. No. What are they doing? If you're a real estate broker, you don't make money if there's a home not selling and there's a home not buying. You need the transaction. If there's no transactions, as a real estate broker, you're not making money, nor is a home builder. So they're trying to tell you the market's really good. It's not good. Over in the stock market, same situation. Stock analysts are going after other analysts by saying, how dare you say this is the bottom of the market? How dare you tell people to come in and buy in this market? This is not where anyone should be buying. It's also not where anyone should be selling. Why are people disingenuously telling people to buy and sell? Because they want your transaction. They only make money if you buy a stock or sell a stock. And if you just hold, which is what you should be doing right now, and not buy, which is what you should be doing right now, they don't make money. Finally, the last thing I need you to know is about where your money is. You need to prepare your family and your household right away. And you do it in 3 parts. 1, you get every stimulus check I got for you in the second half. You get as much money as you can right today. Number 2, you also reduce your debt at home, especially if it's adjustable rate debt. If it's car loans, mortgage rates that are flexible, credit card debt, you remove it or switch it to fix right away. Because Jay Powell is raising those rates. Jay Powell is head of the Federal Reserve, and he's going to do the following, I'm predicting. 3/4 basis point in the July FOMC meeting, next couple days. Then they're off in August. Then 3/4, half. Ouch, ouch, ouch. You don't want to have anything flexible. Now, the exciting news, did you see it last night? Did you see it? Last night, the members of the channel got a brand new free offering only for members. The LATE worksheets debuted last night on this channel. They are incredible. And let's go over those incredible LATE worksheets for you now in the membership newsletter only for members. The LATE worksheets were inspired by one viewer who talked about the importance of her taking notes. I've been telling viewers for a long time, bring a pen and paper on to camera to take notes of what you see on camera. But now I have a worksheet that makes it even easier for you. Let's go through the worksheet together for the first time ever on camera so you understand what it is. It's at the top of the newsletter. And in that worksheet, which is about 5 pages in length, it's separated into subject matter. So let's go over each of the pages because they're quite different. The first page is the economy, recession, labor, and the Federal Reserve. So if you have that worksheet in front of you right now, you should be taking notes. We have sections on that first page where you can take notes in your worksheet about labor, the economy, recession, and the Federal Reserve. Let's go to the second page of the worksheet. It might be your favorite. It's one of my favorites. It's called For Stimulus. In that second page of the worksheet, you have an incredible table. Let's look at that table and how helpful it is for you when doing forced stimulus. The first column has check A, B, C, and similar, lots of C's. Then the next column has date applied, date paid, period of payments, amount, and notes. What are we doing here? What we're doing here is you're taking notes of when you applied for each of the checks, those forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state coming up later in this recording. You need to keep track of it because you're going to get rounds. You're going to get a few months now, you're going to get a few months and a few months from now as well. We also have a section on the right to take notes about that person you're speaking to, his or her name, their extension, and a little bit about them, because it's all about establishing a relationship. You're going to be going back to them asking for big money for heating oil and gas later this year. You know you are. And so you need to establish that relationship today before the bills get really big later this year. Let's look at that third page, fifth stimulus. This is a great page. This is about your raise of your benefits up. If you're on SSI, SSDI, veterans benefits and more. It has a table in here, and lower on the table, it says put in your current monthly payment. So let's say you get $500 a month on Social Security, for example. Then possible raise. We're going to talk about those raises on Evenings LA. Social Security thinks your benefits may be going up 8%. Let's just use a round number so it's easier on this video. Let's say it's 10%. So put in, the 8%, what they say, so you can practice. But let's try 10% so you get yourself sort of an understanding of possible ranges. And if it's 10%, that means 10% of $500 is $50 more per month. Then over a year, yeah. So then the last column is possible future payments. That's why when you're seeing the numbers on this channel, we're going to go over those numbers on Evenings LA, 8%, 8.6%, 9%. You'll see how different it will be for your benefits. You got a table to keep track of it as it happens. Sixth stimulus, gas prices and international Brent crude is the next page. Boy, that gasoline is very important. It's in the newsletter, the price of gasoline. But what the White House is doing, what the Western allies are doing, how it impacts so many things, that is very important. That is the next page. And finally, the last page is student loan debt forgiveness. And we'll do that one right now. Student loan debt forgiveness. So if you have the newsletter, if you have the worksheets in front of you, start taking notes right now on student loan debt forgiveness. The President of the United States, in my opinion, and based upon confirmed reporting from print media, is going to forgive $10,000 of student loan debts for individuals who make $150,000 or less per year. Take notes on that right now. Now, some of the things we obviously don't know is which year, the $150,000. Let's say you made it this year, but you make it last year. Yeah, it's a little strange. So we'll know a little bit about this. When will the announcement be? I believe it's going to be before the recess of August. So the president has all the Democrats around the table for the signing in of this law of executive order. The president has already forgiven student loan debts for individuals who became disabled after graduation, 1, went to work in the nonprofit sector after graduation, the public sector after graduation, 3, 4, or whose debts were procured by fraud by the university. This would be the 5th entree, and it's believed to be $10,000 for individuals who make $150,000 or less per year. In the second half of this video, we're getting ready for that fourth stimulus section of the news of the worksheets, because in the second half of this video, we're going to be getting those four stimulus checks in every U.S. state. Where do these checks come from? Where do these checks come from? And how did I find these checks? Back in the month of March, viewers said, LA, can you find me some four stimulus checks in every U.S. state? And I did. My focus was a four-prong mandate for myself. Number one, I want to ensure that the checks were big amounts because I need to make sure you can get through these phases of this economy. I want to make sure that the checks are big amounts. And I did. There's over $100,000 per person in the second half of this video. Number two, I want to make sure broad eligibility. As Kat says, LA, you're so focused on eligibility. I am. I want to make sure that the most viewers that are eligible for these checks can get them. And you are. $75,000 or less, a single individual, go get them. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get them. If you rent, if you own, if you have children, if you don't have children, if you're on benefits, SSI or SSDI, go get them. Number three, I wanted to make it simple and easy for you to learn about how to get these checks. And that's why we have a membership newsletter. Go under this video right now and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. And get that newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alert system. In that newsletter, it goes over those credible four stimulus checks. It has those worksheets, which I just went over. Also, in the newsletter is details about where this economy is on a daily basis, like the price of gasoline, international price of Brent crude, corn and wheat, a lot of other data point as well. And the final thing I wanted to do was to ensure that people understand. You get checks today, you get checks tomorrow. And the second half of this video, we're going to meet Lorraine, Johnny, Margaret, and Mark, who have continued to go back and get checks on a daily basis. That's why their payouts are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Become a member, go right in this news video right now and join this channel. Also subscribe. And the second half of this video, we're going to be going over all these incredible checks and also a little bit preview of your benefits raise. But first, here's the members community page. I'll see you back in 60 seconds as Mornings LA continues live on air.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues right now on a beautiful morning for June 26, 2022. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Did you become a member during the commercial break? All the beautiful people in the live chat with that emoji behind their name are Purple Hawks, Purple Powers, or Calcino VIP. Get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to pounce and get those checks. Four stimulus check in every U.S. state. We're going to go over all the details of this starting right now. And boy, what an exciting day it is. We're going to have a big week. And don't forget, we got live shows coming up all throughout the day. Mornings Live kicks up in about 20 minutes from now. Then we have a brand new Evenings LALATE at 5 o'clock, Evenings Live at 5:45. And this show will automatically take you into the home show coming up right after this if you're watching it when this airs live. With that, let's go over these incredible checks. Big checks, over $100,000 per person. And these monstrous checks were found by me. They came from two different sources. First, from the President of the United States by executive action, and also from the individual states. And the four mandates which I want to have were fulfilled. Big amount of checks, broad eligibility, the ability to find it very simply put together in a concise newsletter. So you just go in and you bounce and you go get them. And then number 3, that you understand to keep on getting checks over one after another. Let's go over each of these incredible checks, starting with the very first one. I give them a lettering system on this channel, starting with letter A, because A is the start of the alphabet. Otherwise, I could be confusing people. That wonderful first check is check A. It's a $6,500 to $12,000 four symbols check in every U.S. state. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. If you are on benefits, go get it. SSI, SSDI. It's called the Homeowners Weatherizing Grant Check. And how do you get this incredible check? Step 1, you become a member. Go right in this video where it says join the channel. Click the link and become a Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Then number 2, subscribe to this channel. Click the subscribe button. And number 3, make sure you have all alerts set to all on. Then you go down the newsletter. The LALATE newsletter, delivered Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you find check A. There it is. You click the link. You go into the nationwide website. You choose your state. Then you choose the Homeowners Weatherizing Grant, and you pounce. You are ready to rock and roll. But you're not going to stop there yet. Nope. You're going to go check B. Look at this massive amount of money. $15,000 to $80,000. 4 stimulus checks in every U.S. state. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. If you're on SSI or SSDI or veterans benefits, go get it. It is wonderful. The average viewer of this channel is tracking $66,000 to $80,000. How do you get these incredible checks? Step 1, become a member. Go right in this video, join the channel. People in the live chat that have that beautiful emoji of a purple hawk behind their name, they are members. There's hundreds of new members on a blink of an eye coming to this channel, and hundreds of thousands of subscribers as well. Then get that newsletter Monday through Friday. Go down in the newsletter, you find check B, click the link, and go right in apply. It sends you to the nationwide website, you choose your state, and you pounce. But you're not going to stop there yet. No way. You're going to go get check C. Now, check C is going to be one of the most important checks later this year for Americans as they are approaching that financial cliff. You're not going to worry about the financial cliff, because why? Check C covers the items that you're not going to have assistance with anywhere else. Remember, there's no mortgage forbearance, there's no eviction moratorium, there is nothing that prevents your utility bills from being turned off. That's why check C is so important. It is for renters. It is for mortgage assistance, utility assistance. And it's tracking as a $2,000 MSC, a monthly stimulus check by direct deposit. But many viewers have gotten upwards of $45,000. This is where this channel has delivered big help. This channel has delivered nearly $50 million of help to viewers of this channel who have gotten nearly $50 million. And a lot of it has come from check C. Check C was first featured on this channel before third stimulus. Then when third stimulus became a law, viewers took off. And look at the success stories that viewers have gotten. And this is the residue of third stimulus still to this day. It's now called check C on this channel. Do you want $20,000 to $30,000 of your rent paid like these viewers? Then go get check C. Do you want $15,000 of your utilities bills paid like these viewers? Then go get check C. How about SNAP? Many viewers are getting massive lifetime benefits through SNAP because of this channel. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $25,000 a year over 10 years. That's $250,000. And then the combination of many of these items together, go get check C. Let's introduce Nisi, Mark, Lorraine, and Johnny starting right now. These are part of the fourth mandate to ensure the viewers understand to keep on getting checks on a daily basis. This is what you're going to do on this channel. You're going to watch this channel, know what the economy is today, where it's going to be tomorrow, and getting checks by getting the phone in your hand and calling and going to the websites and applying on a daily, weekly basis. Nisi's gone from $23,000 to $50,000. She keeps on getting money routinely. Mark's gone from $32,000 to $166,000. He went to $50,000, then $100,000, then he got check B at $66,000. Lorraine, God bless her, because she went from $105,000 to nearly $150,000 because she keeps on getting money. She sent me 2 messages in the last few days of about $500 and $800, and she inspired, yes, the LALATE worksheets. She said a few days ago, LALATE, you always told viewers, bring on camera, a pen and paper, and take notes. I've been taking notes. The binder's now full. I thought, what a great idea. Why not we have a note-taking instrument to help viewers? That is the LALATE worksheets, just for members. And these launched just yesterday. And this is the very first video you're watching on air live that explains the wonders of how to use them. In the case of forced stimulus check, which is, I guess, page 2 of the 5-page worksheet, it's wonderful. It's a table in there, and you would put in the notes. For example, check C. There's a line there. You go in the check C and you say, utility bill called Utility Co. Incorporated, this date, got approved for, let's say, $800 for June 24th for 2 months. So you have a very clear record of what you got. So you understand now it's time to go back and get some more money. Now it's time to go back and get some more money. Because I only got 2 months from Jared when I spoke to him back in May. Now I'm going to call up the phone. Oh, and now it's Cynthia. I remember Cynthia. You need to get their name, their phone number, their extension. So you establish that relationship with these people. Remember, when it's later this year, millions of Americans are going to be falling off that financial cliff, you're not, and they're going to be struggling to get this money, and you'll already have established a relationship with those key people. So there you go. Get these incredible checks. Remember 3 things to do. 1, become a member. Go right in this video, hit that membership link, join the channel. Number 2, subscribe. And then number 3, there's a little bell on the channel. Make sure you hit that bell so set to all notifications, all on. Tonight on Evenings I Like, we're going to go over some other subject matters, but let me give you a preview of the subject matters today as well. First, your benefits are going up. Thank goodness they are. How much? Well, the Social Security actuary believes it's going to be 8%. That would be $300 more per month. I believe it's going to be 9%. We'll run the calculations tonight, and we'll understand what's the dependent factor. Yes, it's gasoline. Gasoline will determine how much your benefits go up, and we'll know the definitive answer in just about 60 days out from now. When we get the July read on a key number, we'll explain the details tonight on Evenings. Then tonight also on Evenings, we will be going over the situation on gasoline and why gasoline will be sending this economy into recession. Here's a preview of that starting right now. This, of course, was one of the 3 subject matters. We started today's recording by saying you need to know about where inflation is, recession, and gasoline on a regular basis. Gasoline is a number that is part of the Consumer Price Index, the CPI featured earlier in this video. Remember, to determine inflation, we look at monthly numbers, and one of the best ones is the CPI. The current one we have is for the month of May, released earlier this month in June. Its components are price of goods, like the supermarket, and gasoline. Has gasoline gone up since the month of May? If you're in the live chat, write yes or no, yes or no. If you wrote yes, you got it right. Now, it has pulled back in the last week. That's interesting. We'll see if it ends the month down, but it has pulled back in the last week. If gasoline goes higher, the CPI goes higher. What happens after that? Jay Powell, head of the Federal Reserve, says, if the CPI continues to go higher, I'm raising interest rates. Uh-oh, here we go. So this is the domino effect. Gas higher, CPI higher, and that means Federal Reserve raises interest rates. That means you go into recession. Because raising interest rates does not bring down the price of gasoline. How do you get the price of gasoline down? Tonight on Evenings LA, we'll go over the details of it, but here's what you need to know. One way only. Buying gasoline from 5 major countries, which is Venezuela, Brazil, Iran, Iraq, OPEC plus. We do not have 3.5 million barrels of gasoline in the ground per day anywhere in the United States. The White House running 3 narratives, all of which are incorrect. 1, that the 3.5 million barrels of gasoline, not a problem. That's the solution is going after the U.S. oil industry. They don't have the 3.5 million barrels. That's what needs to be gotten. Going after them does nothing. Number 2, the release of the strategic reserves, the 1 million barrels of gasoline by the White House for 6 months, announced 2 months ago, has worked. It hasn't worked. He announced that last 2 days ago. He said it worked. It has never worked. In fact, the gasoline prices went up as soon as it was announced. And number 3, that a gas tax holiday proposed by the White House will give a little bit of breathing room to the average American people, says Joe Biden. True or false? False. It's going to give you what? $1.80. $1.80. It's 18 cents, the national gas tax per gallon, 18 cents per gallon. If the average car has 10 gallons in there, 10 times 18 cents is $1.80. $1.80 is not a lot of breathing room. We'll go over more about this analysis tonight on Evenings LA. For now, promise yourself 3 things. 1, you will know where this economy is. 2nd, where this economy is going. And 3rd, getting as much money as you can for your family every single day. It starts by becoming a member. Go right under this channel and join this channel. Then subscribing. Then get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday. And getting those incredible checks, A, B, C, also D is featured in the membership newsletter. And now, yes, with the LALATE worksheets. Learning is earning. Learning is earning. You're going to finish ahead of everyone else because you're going to earn. The economy is going to head to a very big financial cliff, and a financial cliff is exactly like the visual expresses. People don't know there's a cliff, and they fall over it. You know there's a financial cliff. You're not falling over it because you're going to be prepared for your family. Do 3 things today also. Start preparing to increase your stimulus, increase your savings, removing as much costs in your household. And 3rd, removing adjustable rate debt instruments, ARDs, like car loans, credit card debt, switching them to fixed because Jay Powell's raising those interest rates dramatically. This video will automatically take you to noontime, coming up next at 11 o'clock if you're watching the show live. And then we have LA Live Morning Edition, LA Live Evenings Edition coming up at 5:45 p.m. tonight, and then a brand new Evenings LA at 5 o'clock. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. For my family, yours, hope you have a beautiful day. We have a big week still ahead of us and a lot of breaking news coming across the board. You need to get as much of those monies as possible today. Become a member, go right in this video and join. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, God bless. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and the coffee is brewing. I'll see you next on noontime as LALATE continues.